Good morning, dear students. I'm Mr. Smanza, your tutor for business studies and its didactics. I once more again welcome you to the Institute of Open Learning. My details are provided above for any inquiries, my email and my cell phone number. Our class for today will be assignment based. The class will serve as a guide towards the preparation of your assignment and for the examination information or preparation, so to say. Let's look at the structure of the assignment for 2018. The assignment will consist of 130 marks. It will comprise of the two sections, Section A and Section B, of which each section will consist of 2 questions. Section A will be out of 60 marks and Section B will be out of 70 marks, which makes a total of 130 marks. Students to take note of the following information: that there is only one assignment for business studies for the year 2018. The assignment result will be used as an admission to the examination, meaning students are required and advised to put more efforts in order to pass such an assignment. Do the learning activities. You are advised to do the learning activities at the end of each unit in order to test your understanding on the learning content. Let's look at the writing tips of the assignment. You are advised to write an legible work, clear, readable, and understandable, so to say. Structure and number your assignment accordingly as provided and required in the assignment. Your assignment must have a cover letter, the table of content. This will serve as a guide to the marker, I, your tutor, Mr. Smanza, to what is expected inside the assignment. The assignment must have a reference at the end. If you have cited a source inside your text, please make sure that such a source is among the list of reference at the end of the assignment. Make sure that such an inside source matches the list of the reference at the end. Consider when writing an assignment or when answering such questions the marks allocated at the end of each question in relation to the length of your work. The other important aspect in writing the assignment are the verbs that are found within the question. You are expected and advised to first understand the verb before you answer the question. For example, when a question is asking you to differentiate, please make sure that you understand that you are expected to look at the differences and the similarities within such required or asked concepts or aspects, so to say. When you are asked to explain, please do not name. When you are asked to discuss, please discuss in detail, or else, if required briefly, do so. Let's look at the study materials. Students who are not in possession of study materials that are provided by the institute, we are talking of our institute, the Institute of Open Learning, should consult the institute center or the nearest center, so to say. Students are not limited to the provided study guides, but are also required, encouraged to consult the supplementary sources in order to expand and to explore more information. Such sources, or the supplementary sources said, can be found through internet and in the libraries. I believe you have libraries in your regions or in your towns, so to say. At the assignment content itself, we'll start to look at the stakeholders in the business activities. As a business teacher, as a business expert, an entrepreneur, one is expected to understand the participants or the groups that have an interest in business activities. Let's look at the term stakeholder itself. This term can be referred as to a group of people who have an interest in the business activities. Such stakeholders includes the owners of the business, who can be referred as the founder of the company or the business itself. It also includes the shareholders, who are the investors in the business, the ones who have an interest in the business growth and profit. We have also employees. These are the people who work for the organization and have an interest in the financial status of an organization. The directors that are responsible for the day-to-day activities of an organization and have an interest in the future of the organization or the investment, so to say. Customers who are looking at the quality goods and services provided by the company or the organization. We have also the suppliers who have an interest in the performance of an organization. The government, who controls such businesses or companies through the policies and the regulations placed with the interest of protecting consumers and such businesses. We have also the shareholders that are referred as to the local communities within where such organization or companies will operate and have an interest of the nature or the environment surrounding such organization. For example, the pollution, employment, and other activities that are brought by such an organization or company activities within that environment. Let's look at the multinational companies. As a business expert or someone aspiring to be an entrepreneur, one needs to understand the levels and the size of organization within the business activities. We are looking at the multinational companies. Multinational companies, these are businesses or companies that are referred as to big organization that operates in more than one country across the world. Such companies have headquarters where they coordinate their global management. And when such companies comes in your country to invest or to open a company, it is called an inward investment to the host country. For example, in Namibia, in our case, Coca-Cola is one of the examples of the multinational companies, since it operates in more than one country. You can go in South Africa or Zambia, so to say, you will still get such companies. In short, that's about the multinational companies, but you are required to research more on the details. Your assignment also requires you to look at the advantages and the disadvantages of a multinational company. There are advantages associated to the inward investment that we just discussed now. We are looking at what does the company benefit from such an inward investment. If a new company or the so-called multinational company comes in your country, what does it benefit the country? You must also look at what could be the negative interest and activities of such an inward investment. What could be the impact of such activities or of the multinational company? For example, you are looking at things like your natural resources. You are looking at the interest in terms of finance, employment, in short, and we are expecting you to explore more on that one. I think we are done with the topic of multinational companies. Let's look at the aspect of communication in business activity. Communication is a very important factor in the business activity within the stakeholders. It is therefore important for the business studies teacher or expert to understand the meaning of communication in any relationship. Communication is the way stakeholders sends information and receives feedback. Don't forget the meaning of stakeholders, the participants involved in the business activities. This means that, for example, communication is the way the business sends information For example, in terms of advertising a product to customers is a way of sending information for the customers to know about the product on the market for such a business. There are some challenges that are found within that process of sending information and receiving feedback within that cycle. And you are expected to research more and find out what are such challenges, what are the ways that are needed or required to address such challenges in order to improve or for the sake of effective communication. Let's look at the advertising aspect within the business activities. Advertising is also a form of communication between the business and the customers, and that such communication can take place using different approaches. That can be, for example, the radio, the TV, in short. Now, you are required in your assignment to prepare a lesson plan on the advertising medias and the requirements of an effective advertising. What we are looking for, what I am requiring you on the aspect of requirements for effective advertising is that what is it that you must do for your information to be successfully understood by the intended receiver? In short, about advertising. Let's look at the forms of enterprises within the business cycle. We are looking at the flow from which a business is designed, is given birth to, until the stage where such a product reaches to the intended receiver, which are the consumers or the customers, so to say. We are looking at the primary industries who are directly involved with the natural resources, extracting the natural resources to be useful. Whereas the manufacturing industries will then come in to transform such extracted raw materials from the primary industry into useful product or finished, so to say. Then comes the wholesale industry or businesses, so to say, who are the people that brings such products close to the intended customers or consumers, so to say, and that brings such products through the retailers. The retail businesses or agents, so to say, in this cycle then take such products direct to customers. Within that retail businesses or agents, there are some other agents that provide services and are referred as to service businesses. They provide goods and services that are referred as to intangible products. For example, the teaching services can be referred as to intangible services or products. The other information, apart from what is provided or that we have touched on in this lesson is that you are still advised to study more information that is not covered in the assignment, and this is for your better understanding of the subject and for the examination preparation. That is in short about today's lesson. I wish you good luck.